Hello.
I know it says we're live, but I wouldn't guarantee it yet. But we'll see. Uh-oh. Look, we got one person watching already. I wonder who that is.
You want to make it two?
There you go. All right,
You
so
need to turn that down.
Yeah, that's down and stuff like that. So we're over here. We got multiple screens running. Hi guys, how you doing? Favorite fat man and Digger 2. Well, it's Digger 1, but Digger also.
I understood. I don't know if
I know. Sometimes I want. Hey, watch it. It's reaching under the table there. Okay, is this going to work this way? Nope, we got to go this way, right? Oh, wait a minute. Got to go this way a little more.
You're trying to aim me out of the picture.
Well, this doesn't really point where it looks like it points. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. So
backwards.
Anybody out there? Oh, we got 3 guys. Give me a thumbs up if you can. I appreciate it. The algorithm, and I tried to explain this before. The algorithm, even though you get a lot of people watching the videos, unless someone gives a thumbs up or even better makes a comment, as well as make a comment, the algorithm goes, Foster, what's up, Foster? How you doing? Jeff Haas. Jeff, is the car all back together and clean, Jeff?
I saw the trunk looking good.
Yeah, it was at the show. It was it was looking sweet and stuff. All right, Foster. So basically, this is just kind of do a live to let everybody know we are going to try and make it down Saturday morning to the Millers down in Chillicothe at the Ross County Fairgrounds for the big swap meet and car show.
It'll be my first time.
Yeah, it's going to be a little cool. It's going to be a little cool, but it will warm up into the 50s into later on to the day, but it's supposed to be dry. So getting the hot rods out and stuff like that shouldn't be too much.
Yeah, Jeff, come on.
Look, Jeff, well, he says it's always clean. We can read it over here now too. It's just a delay a little bit. So I don't know how long this will last because I've been rigging some new software, trying to download some software and trying to get it set up so where this will run better on my old machines. I haven't got a chance to get upgraded yet, but we're working on it. Again,
I will say the picture quality looks good.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
You can read the Mustang and everything.
That's the wrong year though.
64.
60. I thought it was 67.
64 and a half was the first year.
Yes. 67 was
from me,
yeah,
but
keep up with me. See, he thought I was lagging. That's the thing. Hang on, I got to get some fluid. My liver's screaming. So anyway, let me see if I can move this out of the way. There we go. So that's what. Look at it. It looks so funny. Yeah, I got to hold it with 2 hands so I don't shake all over the place. So that's where we're going to try and be. There's a lot of them coming up on my list where people send me requests to come out to the shows and different promoters and everything. On my list, June, July, and August, almost every Saturday, I have between 7 and 14 requests. So we're going to have to coordinate.
We're going to have to split up.
Huh? Yeah, we're going to have to multi-split up. We're going to have so there's between 7 and 14 June, July, and August on the Saturdays. So my Saturdays are hammered in June, July, and August.
Well, I now have a good camera, so.
Oh yeah, well the camera you had before was good. It just
the stability on it was driving me insane.
Something went wonky with it. Yeah. I don't know.
But the new camera is awesome.
Oh yeah, it looks good. It does look good. The quality on that. So that's the new
Osmo Action 5
Pro, right? And they're going to take the Pro off when they go to the 6. It'll just be the Action 6. There won't be a designation between the Pro and what, according to the last leaked review of it, and that should be out next month. So the 6 will be out next month.
Well, I'll tell you that. The stuff that the 5 Pro does,
it's just,
I can't imagine the 6 doing anything any better.
Yeah, I've got the 3 and it's phenomenal for doing my high stick stuff and the high quality, but my old software hardware stuff that I do all my if I turn it up like you can turn yours up, I can't even see it. It will lock up my systems. I mean, and it just totally unusable. I can't even edit it.
That has nothing to do with the quality of his camera. That's
No,
just
it's my old software and hardware that I'm
uses.
using. And currently, I can't download and use any of the new hardware because our software, because the old hardware won't handle what it requires.
Right.
And that's horrible because I have literally thousands of computers that I can use and utilize and fix up and get to people and stuff like that. That
you got thousands of pieces of junk.
No, I can switch them all over to Linux and still do a lot of stuff, but that's a whole lot of years of relearning for a lot of people and everything.
Turn that down.
Yeah, security systems. Digger's wired up to security systems in like 5 places around the area. So
Bobby just hooked me up with even more yesterday.
So
now I have Eufy and this other web
he's the official. Excuse me, sir, you're trespassing. Freeze up against the wall.
Hey,
that type of thing.
And I got one the other day.
Did you get one? Yeah. Don't be going around. I'm telling you what. We don't want to say where.
Well,
but don't be going around to any automotive or workshops and stuff in the Huber Heights, Midway. What else is out there? Yeah, between Huber Heights and Midway and Fairborn. Don't be going out to any of those places because you're going to get attacked by the digger dog. I'm telling you right now.
Well, Hunter got a little bit of a surprise last Friday night when he stopped in to get something out of one of his other cars on the property.
Yeah.
But I didn't know.
Oh, well, see,
I saw
you got
a flash on the camera, and man, I was out the door
with
my BB gun.
That's what I told him all the time. That's what I told him all the time. Rule number 1, tell the cameraman. Well, rule number 1 in your thing, tell the security guard, because I tell you what. But yeah, so we're going to try and get down to Miller's. Now, there's a lot more that are coming up, and I'll try and keep up on those. One of the ones that I just got confirmation of for real, and it's still working out the veritables and everything, is West Milton. So the guys in West Milton out there, used to be the Tate's Tasty Treats. I believe they're getting a new venue, a new larger venue. And I don't want to say better because it was a nice place to begin with. Nothing gets that, just a larger venue to be able to hold that. And they're working on all the finite details and everything for that right now. So hopefully, are we still running? Yep,
well,
we're still running. So we're still good there.
There's a big screen right there that shows you we are.
Yeah, because I can't see all this littleness. I can't see the bigness very well either, but at least we're still going. Anyway, so that's coming up. He's laughing because there's a time lag, and anything he does over here ends up over there in a few seconds and everything. That's what they usually run, that 3 to 7 second delay when people say the F word or the whatever and stuff.
That way they can.
So Woody's got his, I believe, the Milton Athletics Club. That's going to come up again. That has turned out so good and was awesome. Tony Cooper has the dual show coming up, from what I understand, out at Evans. So the Evans Family Ranch and stuff, they got the big booming sound system show coming up there, and at the same time they run that on one side of the venue. On the other side of the venue, I think, is going to be a big huge car show and burnout contest. So that's coming up. All of those.
So prepare for a lot of noise.
Yeah, it'll be so cool. It'll be so cool. I'm looking forward to see what he's got set up out there. Chuck's Cartoons is coming back to the Antiques Mall, the Heart of Ohio Antiques Mall in Springfield. The Cars and Coffee in Springfield, new venue, they're coming back. I'll get all the dates of this when it gets closer to that, at least a week away.
I have a feeling 2025 is going to be one of the better years that we've seen.
It's something, out of poor farmers. Yeah, I'll get it all up, but out there's going to be a huge thing in camping. Peace and Grease, just a little south of us and everything. The YouTube channel Peace and Grease. They were out in Miller's last year. They may be this year. I'm not 100% sure. They've got a huge big one coming where you can show up Friday night, camp overnight, and then have the big Saturday show and everything. That's going to be awesome. So that's one we got to. I don't know if you'll get the.
I hope to have the ambo done.
The ambo done by then or not, but if you do, that's what we'll go down Friday night. That way we get to video everybody partying and having a good time and everything, and then do the show and then come back. Same way down with the Hoodlums in the Holler. If Digger's able to get the ambo back together and done up and everything, we'll be going down there, and we can spend the Friday night, because that's a party and a half with my family down there. Just saying. Just saying. He may not come back the same, so he might come back 2 foot taller. You never know. There you go, or whatever.
I'll look like Keith.
Either no. Oh, Keith couldn't be here tonight. Keith's not. Keith's job. Keith's working again. So everybody that would always ask about Keith and stuff, he's working again. That's going good and everything. Just
out of the corner of my eye, I saw.
Oh yeah. Okay, so cool. The Chip Man, Tom and Jeff Haas just said that they would possibly be down depending on the weather and stuff. Like I said, it's going to be cool in the morning, 30-ish degrees, but by 1, 2, 3 o'clock, when they do all the judging and handing out the awards and stuff down at Miller's, it's supposed to be 50 plus. And then Sunday's even supposed to be higher into the 60s.
Yeah, but we won't be there Sunday.
No, we're not, but I'm just letting them know. So, but there's absolutely supposed to be no moisture, condensation, or rain or anything. Yeah, but it's Ohio. You know how that is, but there's not for it. It is a little bit of a trip down to Ross County Fairgrounds, but it's when that thing's kicking, it's kicking. It's a huge swap meet. All kinds. They've got all the go-kart stuff down there, all the race car, all the midget sprints, all of the roundy round parts, because they race. And so I think
I'm doing the video on
Chris is the official race car driver. And then all the others got to support. They got everything. It's really a good event. And then you can have anywhere from 3 to 500 cars in the car show. I've seen it be rough weather and there be 3. I've seen it be good weather, and that thing was packed. And they have huge areas down the strip, and then all the way out back where they park like camper trailers and stuff. This can be, and that's about 30 acres of place to park for cars. It's pretty good size. And like I said, a little bit of a drive, but it's really, really cool. So everybody that can get down there, that would be really good. What else was coming up that I need to mention? Yeah, like I said, I'll get it narrowed down. I got it here on my short list of stuff. What's coming up? And yeah, of course, Opie's Horsepower Farm every first Saturday. First Saturday of the month. Oh, we're in March. Yeah. So yeah, Miller's. Walnuts was good. I did that one. The Piqua Center, race cars and future stars. That's 14th, 15th, and 16th up in Piqua at the mall. Fairfield County Fairgrounds. Yeah, Fairfield County Fairgrounds has a swap meet the 22nd of February. There's a toy show, Greene County Fairgrounds in Xenia on the 29th. I'll try and get out there for Lance and all those guys. Springfield Cars and Coffee, and that's at 110 West Luffles Lane in Springfield. There's another one here I can't read. My writing went down. And that's on Saturday the 5th in April. Car show at Madison High School in Middletown. That's a 1-hour drive for us. Calvin has won a memorial, first annual memorial car show for Calvin up from the Urbana Cruisers and stuff up in Bellefontaine. And that's on the 18th of April. And then it starts going to where it's, just book. So, but we'll get those all up as they come closer and everything. Once I get new gear to start doing my editing better and stuff, so where I can actually get online and hopefully be able to do the live streams, that'll be much better off. That hopefully we're doing. KJ, what's up? He said, "Hey, go for something." I can read it better over here. I don't know why I don't know why I got that. I got the dark theme over here and the light theme over here. It's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Texas is a little bigger and closer. Yeah, I can see this one better too.
Flipping this down does anything for the.
It seems to make the color a little better.
Yeah, because it blocks that. Yeah, light sensor and stuff. Anyway, but by the time
don't have the shiny heads so much.
What? That's solar sex panel. That's what old bikers tell them. That's my solar sex panel right there. We got to have a little bit of hair back to here. We just can't get it charged. Was it 195 flyers on KJ's? That's Kevin KJ in Ohio. On my stuff, it's linked to it to where you can click on it and go right to where he has all the flyers and stuff listed. It's 195, so almost 200 so far, and it's not even the official start of this season. So he's got a lot of them up there, and I know he had a lot last year and stuff. So you always can pick up where they go there. And just remember, he doesn't make the flyers; he just puts them up. So if there's a mistake on the flyer, it's whoever made it. Don't go blaming the messenger. Yeah.
What about the proofreader?
The proofreader? You can blame a proofreader if you want. It's not me.
Him?
That's not him. How's he know whether or not it's at 9 o'clock or 12 o'clock? He doesn't know.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, but yeah, a lot of the good standards are coming up, but so many new ones, and that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, but it's a thing that's going to be rougher for me to get to. Like I said, there's anywhere from 7 to 14 on the same day, close to the same time, but they're 150 miles apart. And so we're going to try and work out something this year. I've got some volunteers that are going to try and help out if they can. But it still has to come back to me and be edited. So that I'm the bottleneck. So master editor. So it comes back to me and be edited and stuff. And I appreciate it because that really helps my guys that would like to see a certain show that I can't get to. That when you guys when you do and what you do and stuff, and that's why they do it and get out to cover that lets them see.
I want to do the sports car thing again down at the Eastwood Park.
Oh, the British car thing. That dude, I'm telling you what,
I've done it 2 years in a row, and I'm just falling
you
for
are
that
going
show.
to end up with either a Sprite, an MG, a Triumph. You are going to end up with one way or another. I'm pretty sure because you fit right in the.
You know, I've always wanted a Miata.
Well, they let the Miata group come up because they're local there and stuff like that. I
always really liked Miatas.
I mean, that's cool.
Gen 1.
Yeah, but you get in one of them little Triumphs or those little MGs, dude, those things are awesome. I was even looking at Chevettes not too long ago. Well, you love Chevettes like I do. Yeah.
And their prices are going through the roof now.
Oh yeah, they only made so many of them and whatever.
They made a bunch of them, but there's not many left.
That's what I'm saying. They only made so many of them, and people have utilized a lot of them. Man, at drag races, you go to a few years back, that's what they put those in. All of the Vegas, when they ran out of Vegas and stuff, they started putting them in the ovals.
If I were to ever buy another older car, which I highly doubt, really.
Yeah, you'll get one.
I got the Flex, the van, the ambulance, and the camper. I really don't need to add another one. But if I was going to ever buy another one, it would be a Chevette, a Miata, something small like that.
Yeah. Yes, I did hear something on hail to horsepower, but I don't know the official yet, KJ. So, but yeah, I'll make sure
that
it
gets my shirt last week.
Yeah, I'll make sure I pass it around to that. But I did hear that it was happening. I just don't have the particulars.
I was actually up at Planet Fitness. I was wearing the hail to horsepower shirt. Yeah. And there was another guy in there, and he's like, "Oh, did you go to that?" I was like, "Oh yeah." And we had like a 10-minute conversation about it.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. That when I wasn't able, I got there late, so I was only able to do a little bit, and then I had to go to another one. So I know you were out there, and Katie was out there, and several people. And I try and, like I said, take all that and do what I can with it. But Rob's there, so Rob from MiamiValleyNovas.com. So that's Rob's little commercial. Rob, when Rob's out to those and everything, I let him, because he covers quite a bit of it and everything. And a lot of times he can stay late, depending on what's going on with mom and dad or the next show I have to get to.
Right.
He can stay late through all the presentations and everything. I usually don't stay through many of the presentations because I either have another one to do or I've got to get back early. And that's another hour and a half that I need to be either on the road or back. But there are some that I will do that. From my knowledge, all of the ones that'll be coming up at the Thursday night will be back in gear. Like I said, the West Milton guys have a new venue. I'm not sure about their weekly thing yet, but I know their big car show, that's being worked out. The particulars are being worked out now with all that, trying to get that all done. So Monday night in New Carlisle, I believe it'll be back. I'm not sure the actual start night, but I'll post that up. I would like to see a lot more guys come out to that one to where we could get some more entertainment, because in the years past we've had singers and entertainment and stuff. And I'm not big on the music side of it during the thing, because then that means I just have to edit out a bunch more of it. But that's fine. It just takes, for every hours that I have to put in for the video, then I have to put in hours for the audio, because I really don't like the stock audio that YouTube says to use. But they lie about that too. You use their stock audio, and you've run into this before. You use their stock stuff, and then it comes in to where they say, oh, you can't use that anymore, or be monetized.
I use Mavavi
for
my editor.
Yeah, and they cut you on that.
Now I have found out that nothing from Mavavi will get past a copyright.
Right.
Everything gets copyrighted. So
even though they told you it was okay before. See, that's the thing.
They say it's okay now, but
it's not. Yeah. Well, there's those.
I've switched over. I've got Epidemic Sound now.
Right. Well, even in that, you pay for that. So you pay for a subscription. You pay for a subscription to utilize, because I have other YouTube friends that do that. The problem is, next year or the year after or whatever, they could come back and say, oh, you can't have that, because they sold the rights to the whole thing to someone else.
Unless you completely make your own stuff, there's a chance of that happening with
no matter
anything.
what. Yeah. I found with a lot of the music
it's BS. I really think.
Well, with a lot of the music that I've used in the past from YouTube that was free to use on YouTube videos, you hear it on TV now. And now that you hear it on TV, I get notifications on old videos that's a copyright strike, because
that's not even fair. I think if it was good the day it was posted,
I understand
it should be a good thing forever.
I understand, but if they sell the rights to it, well, just like Michael Jackson bought all the rights to all those people, and then he had the rights to it, they couldn't even use their own songs. And then when he passed, and his family picked it all up and separated everything out, now they all own it. You got to pay 10 different people.
Well, it happened with Vincent Price too, on all the
horror
movies.
Yeah,
the Vincent Price family, they wanted him to be remembered for his museums and not his horror stuff.
Right.
So they completely cut off. Right. Nobody could use the movies for years. Yeah. Now it's changed, but I think it's because it changed hands.
He was a big artist. I mean, he did paintings. He did all kinds of artwork.
He did museums.
He did all kinds of stuff that people don't have any idea. Right. Same way as we spoke before with Red Skelton, not Skeleton, but Skelton. Red Skelton stuff was a super artist. His biggest thing was clowns and so forth, and not the evil clowns, but a few of them he did was kind of iffy, but he did all that. And I mean, they go for bazillions of dollars. I mean, it's it's unreal. But there are so many different talented people out there and stuff that we know for something that actually do something else,
right?
And everything. But let's see if we got a notification here.
Quit playing with your phone.
Well, I just want to see what they're saying. There's
you probably don't want to know what they're saying.
Oh, okay. Another thing, friend request. I will try and get to friend request when I get to friend request, but the problem is I can do about 10 of them before I go, oh, this is crap, and just stop. Because if you send me a friend request and it's a woman request, a friend request, and it's a woman showing her big boobies, it gets pitched instantly. If it doesn't have a whole bunch of puppies or a whole bunch of cars or bikes or whatever, they go back years.
No, I'm the same way.
I because between mom and dad and everything that I'll be doing through the whole season, I just do not have the time for the friend request. I appreciate it and I want to do it, but it's just rough. I just can't do it. And all of the things that are coming, mom and I both got hit with this thing. Reply now, or you're going to lose your driver's license because there was a ticket that's been issued, or a toll booth, or toll road, or something through an automated traffic camera and all that stuff. Dude,
twice now I've gotten hit with so-called emails from Meta saying that my page will be deleted because I broke something wrong. One of those, I replied back to it and I said, send me a link of what I did wrong. Yeah. And of course, nothing.
Yeah, but
and
you
the
don't
second
want to reply.
I really started looking at it and everything. They're coming from BS people that don't even exist off Facebook.
Right. You don't want to reply to any of them because I know Uncle Fester, Watermelon Man, he likes messing with them. He will
I can see
call
him doing
them. Oh my God, he runs them ragged.
He could probably start a YouTube channel on that.
I think he should, but he runs them ragged. He will have them doing flips and somersaults and all kinds of stuff. And then at the end, he goes, well, I have to ask my mom. I'm only 14 years old, and then hangs up on him.
Not interested.
So, excuse me. Yeah. So, I mean, be careful of that. They're still doing a lot of that. They're doing a lot of the stuff. I mean, we've got people that are 300 years old that are getting Social Security.
And more power to them.
Yeah, for real. 300 years old? They were born before
we even became a country.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Whole lot of stuff, but I'm not real political on this because it's about cars and stuff like that. But I'm really pleased and happy.
We talk off screen.
Yeah, I'm really pleased and happy with a lot of things that are going on, and I'm just the poor other side. And I'm not on, and I'm not actually on either side. I'm not.
And I don't care who you are.
No,
everybody knows Democrats screwed up in the State of the Union.
I know. Okay, let's what I'm saying is, I'm a constitutionalist. I really am. That's what I go by. It's written down. So that's written down. The Bible's written. The things are written down. That's what that's it. That's what I lean to. When you start adding and trying to, do all this, whatever, and stuff like that, dude, you're just messing up. But anyway, so I'm really hopeful for a lot of things. It's going to cost us a little bit in the beginning. It may affect our sport and or lifestyle for a little while, just living for a little while. But I do have high hopes and beliefs that it's going to work out to where it's going to be never like it was, but better than it was going to be.
And I completely agree with that 100%.
Yeah, it's going to be better than it was going to be.
It's going to be a rough road getting there, but we'll get there.
It's going to be. So, I will get to as many of the shows as I can. Again, I thank wholeheartedly everybody like Digger and the group that sends me things, helps me out, allows me to come in and do the one-on-ones or the shop talks and everything. And I still have some of those that I'm working on that could get up this year before too long. Hey, Sarah Joe. What's up? Speaking of someone that helps me out greatly, the Sarah Joe and Chad sent me a lot of stuff that we put up through the off season last year and through the off season. And I really appreciate that, sweetheart. Thank you so much. But Melissa, Watermelon Man, Digger, all the guys, Max. Yeah.
Sarah Joe. Like, hey,
Max. Yeah.
Sporting Mustang.
Yeah, there she is. No, thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate it. But it really helps out because the guys like to see certain things, and I can't get to every one of them. And when it's when they submit, what, Chad? Wait, are you guys on two separate? You guys are sitting next to each other on two separate phones, hollering, right?
Probably are.
I don't know where Keith is. I was hoping he'd come in, but Keith wasn't feeling well. I mean, he's got the job going and everything.
She says maybe. He said, "Yep."
I find that so funny all the time when he's sitting right next to you. Doing it.
Well, you're doing it right now with yourself.
Hey, don't you tell him what I do with myself. and what are you doing peeking?
Well, I was going to connect too. But,
yeah, there you go. But so he'll be doing good. Max is having this, and now Max's big conglomeration of shows, multiple shows that will be going on that day for his big thing. As it gets closer, we'll get more. But if you want to participate in being part of that, I want to say statewide, but it's actually multiple statewide shows that will be going on and getting money for the cause for the St. Jude's Children's and everything. You contact Max Sprague and he'll work around with you to keep it going. And
Sarah, turn your volume down.
Yeah.
Don't try to listen to both of them at the same time.
Look, maybe Chad and I are too close. I'm not gonna go there. Nope. Got to put a little room between you two every now and then. But it'll be all right. But I'm looking forward to seeing you out. There are some classic car shows coming up, and it'll be probably 1970s, maybe 1980s and older cars. So for classics, you're looking at 25, 30, 35-year-old cars back.
Yeah.
So those will be coming up, which is really cool. And it's not a thing to separate. What it is a thing to actually promote and recognize those classic cars.
Right.
New classics, I don't have a problem with any of that and stuff. And I love the cars. I love them all.
New Chargers.
Yeah, all the cars and everything like that. But there's categories and there's reasons for categories and stuff. So a lot of those shows will be coming up. So anybody that has those older classic cars, and some of them are 100 years old, so they still got a lot of the A's.
We're
and
getting
T's.
up to that point now where there are cars on the road that are 100
Well,
years
at
old.
the shows we go to, there are some of those, and there will be some of those coming up, and I'll try and get to it.
32
Well, that's
Ford
why I
will be
like
100
the
years
Cavalcade
old.
of Customs. I like going to that because that's one of the few places I can see a 1919 or a 1910, anything.
All original. Or
So
whatever.
the old Buicks or the old Packards or any of those and stuff, the Hupmobiles, all those kinds of vehicles and stuff. That's why I like that type of thing.
Oh, cool. Hello.
All right, cool.
Topwater.
Yeah, we'll see that. Tony, what's up, Topwater? So Topwater didn't put up as many fishing videos this year through the kind of off season because he did get out cool, and then he came out early on some of them. So I haven't seen as many fishing videos, but he was able to make the big trip. So Tony's put up a lot of stuff from the Detroit. You ought to check that out.
Yeah.
He was a day late or so, but I understand how that is when I get editing and stuff. It takes time to get
him down there in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he was down there. Yeah.
His car in.
Right. He was in. So it was good to see the cube out at that one.
With even more graphics again.
Oh yeah, he's put new and modified. He, it's just like tattoos. He got a little cover up and he got a little new expansion. So,
what are you going to do next?
Yeah, he went to the Detroit. So we saw the videos on that he's put up so far. A lot of YouTubers were there. A lot of guys sent me stuff. Hunter from Crazy Car Guys in Ohio, he sent me a bunch of stuff. I put that up. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. We tried to get that, but he has, oh my gosh, I used just a small portion of what he had to make a nice presentation out of with music and stuff, but he had so much stills and short video clips. So Hunter had a bunch of that. So you can see that at Crazy Car Guys in Ohio. Those guys put up a lot of it. So you're going to do more. Okay. So Tony says more fishing to come, I guess. So
Triple B.
They'll be here. Where?
He's in there.
Where?
He's right there. There's Steve.
Oh, there he is.
Steve.
I couldn't see. Steve's font's different than everybody else. Steve, your font's lazy. You got lazy font. I'm not saying. Crystal already knows, but it's all right. Steve has lazy font. I'm here. Oh, you can see it better. You can see it better over here. I know. I got
keys. Look at that. Yeah.
It's upside down.
Oh, sorry.
Carry it with me everywhere. It's like everybody, be here at this place. Whatever, and the sign's upside down.
Or backwards.
Or back. Yeah, well, yeah, they do that thing. So look, it finally shook. Watch it. Turn it over. There you go. All right.
There you go. There it is.
But Triple B and stuff. Steve, are you going to be able to make it down to Miller's? Is that too far? I know you got a lot of work to do.
Steve.
Precious, my precious.
So precious. My precious. So precious.
Yes, I was just saying. Where were you earlier? Down at the Miller Swap Meet. So that's going on. You might want to wait till later in the day because it's going to be a little cold. We know you don't like to get chilly, but you got the snowmobile suit on, Tony. You can put that on and get down there.
I don't like to be cold either at all.
Yeah, you're gonna look, Tony. Brr. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a little cold, and it's a hour and a half from here. So,
I've
but it's good.
been keeping it 80 to 85 in the
Well,
camper
yeah. Now that
winter.
you got everything fixed and figured out and stuff. Digger was fighting the battle. He got what you got, about 27 diesel heaters now or something.
I actually own 4 of them.
Yeah, 4 diesel heaters.
Between the 2 vehicles, I have 4. But I finally figured out.
He figured it out after 4.
I figured
it only
out
cost
they are rebuildable.
Only cost 4
and now I have
$1,000 bazillion dollars.
Hey, $100 each or less.
Okay.
So, but yes, I did end up with 4 of them, but now I've figured out how to rebuild them. So my first rebuild lasted a good 4 days.
Okay. So what do you got? Every 4 days you rebuild. You got 4 of them. So every 4 days you rebuild one, then you have 4 as a backup. So I guess that
I'm learning.
I guess that economically works out.
They are a different puppy. I'm learning about them. There's people out there that say they've ran
see, that's the problem right there. That's the problem, right? You're a cat man instead of a puppy man. That's why it's all screwing up.
Oh well.
Did you see all the cat videos that I sent you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So like 2, 3, 4 in the morning, because I don't sleep. He does, but doesn't. I'm always sending him cat videos. You and Max.
I don't know what's going on, but it seems like it doesn't matter if I go to bed at 10 o'clock or midnight. I wake up at 4 a.m. every day.
Yeah.
And I have to wake up. I watch a little TV and stuff and go back to bed.
Well, 4 is about when I go to lay down. 5 is when they start getting up. So I get an hour, and then I try and catch, those little, how I do those little short things throughout.
You know what? I think I figured out what it is.
What's that?
When I go to bed, I turn off the regular TV and I watch TV on my tablet. Well, after 4 hours, if I haven't touched anything on my tablet, it pops up that thing of, are you still watching?
Yeah.
Since I don't hit anything, it shuts down. And when everything goes quiet, I think that's when I
wakes up and stuff.
Cody, what's up, buddy? 4 hours, I wake up. And
Cody's down there at the Lynchburg Mafia for the big car show and stuff. So that's one that if Max can't cover it, maybe you could, but it's a pretty good drive down there too. It's just in different directions where we're going. I don't know if I can get down to that one or not, but all right, Cody, good deal. But yeah, you still got the truck, right, Cody? Maybe not.
He says, I'm do good.
That's what he said.
I'm do good.
Well, that's right.
That makes no sense.
It makes absolutely sense.
Maybe to you.
It does.
I'm do good.
Hang on a second.
Now.
Now
I get it. Not.
Yep. The Silverado, the 1500. Oh, you're going to take the motorcycle this year? Cool. Sweet. That'll be great. Yeah, we had good time down. We went to the Garage Brood. So I had a good time down there at that one.
Sir Joe had asked, where's Mom and Paul? They're right back there on the couch.
They're right back there behind us, so we can keep an eye on them. Mom's back over there.
They got to make sure that couch and that chair don't blow away.
Yeah.
They got to hold
Dad's down. Good at that. Is Dad, you awake? Yeah. Dad's awake. Mom, you awake?
I certainly am.
She certainly is. So she's in there. She's probably in there fiddling on her tablet, and Dad's one eye on the TV and one eye on the dog.
I'll say she's either on the tablet or she's knitting something.
Yeah, so Dad's messing with the puppy. So, oh my gosh. Oh, he's gonna have the Suzuki. Okay, cool, sweet.
That's the kind of bikes we would have seen down there at in Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, that's Suzuki's. I with Kawasaki's were my favorite way back when, and then the Suzuki's and stuff. So I had all the Kawasaki series, and then I had the Suzuki 380s and stuff, which were the big killer triples back in the day. 78, 79, 80, 81.
Yeah.
So I really liked all those and everything. But yeah. Then all the broken Harleys hanging everywhere in the garage. Bits and pieces everywhere.
My brother had a Kawasaki KZ 100 or 1000.
Yeah.
So I liked Cal, because of that. And then he had the Harley 1000 Sportster.
Yeah.
Show bike.
Yeah.
So those are the only 2 bikes I grew up around.
I got one over there that probably may still run, but I doubt it. It's a Kawasaki Street and Trail. So it's on off road, whatever. Yeah, that you can flip them over with the 2 high and low speeds.
Hey,
those are rare and worth a little bit. Yeah, that's why I'm still hanging on to it. But it was a 175, and we punched it out to a 198. So it has pretty much as big a jug on it as I can go on for that block and everything. And it hauled the big fat man around pretty good off road and everything. So, but the Husqvarna, the 500cc thumpers, the big 500cc thumpers and stuff. That was one of my favorite bikes and stuff. You put it in 4th gear and just go boom, 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 and it was like a tractor. That was before hang on.
Back when torque rolled.
Yeah, I just went mental blank on myself and stuff. Muzzle Mike has the KLRs, so the KLR 650s that they make. Well, I think they quit making them, but they'll probably make them again. They always stop making something and then start making it again. But the Kawasaki's that Mike has in Pennsylvania and a couple of the other guys, those are always the good ones and stuff like that. Well, leaking oil's not bad, but leaking gas may be a little something. I've seen a bunch of guys go down the highway.
Just don't like the cigarette.
Well, go down the highway with their legs on fire and stuff. And then when they pull off and take off running,
Yeah, it does burn after a while.
It burns for a while when it soaks into jeans.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. It does do that and stuff. So you just got to be careful. My short butt. What? No, I did not find a narrowed. So I need a 9-inch rear end that's narrowed between hubs or axle ends. That's 30 to 31 inches. So I need one narrowed that'll fit into the back of the Gopher so that I can build. So I'm still looking. What I'm really looking for is either an old slingshot dragster that I can just cut in front of the motor and use that entire frame to put in the back of it, or a sprint car, one of those, because they do basically the same thing. That's their whole suspension with a shortened, but their axles are actually 40 inches, and that's a little wide. That puts the tires way outside. And that's one of the reasons everybody goes, well, just use your Volkswagen. Well, I got plenty of that I could do, but then that makes the tire stick way out. And to shorten and narrow the Volkswagen rear suspension, the torsion tube suspension, or take the torsion tube out and make it a coil-over suspension and stuff, you either get that really dramatic arching and pitching of the rear end, or it's so narrow that it won't fit right. So uncutting them, which would be the most economical, they stick way out. Even dishing the wheels in as far as they can, because the torsion tube housing is sticking out on each side of the Gopher. And then again, I could use a regular trike. So let's say an older Honda Goldwing that has front end damage, but the motor, transmission, and rear suspension is fine. I can cut it at the triple tree and just slide the triple tree in, and then run all my plumbing out around to the sides, because there's no air that will be coming front.
Yeah, because you can run in the middle lane.
Right. I can run it to the side so it picks up on the side scoops that are already on it and stuff. So and I can run that. But to get a Honda and an older one, a Honda Goldwing that's even been wrecked, they want $40-some thousand. I mean, it's unreal. And then anything I can get for $1,000 is so messed up. Then I have to start working with fixing rear end geometry and stuff like that.
What was that old junkyard that was out towards Starks that was nothing but motorcycles?
Yeah, well, there's one down by not Hilliard, but
I went there once, and it was like,
there's one down south on the other side of Xenia. There used to be a big one, and I mean, there was a lot of them, but this was back in the 70s. I don't know whatever happened to that, because dude was 100 years old then. Yeah, that ran it. But he had everything. If you ever needed a bike part, you go down there. But now Coparts, I think is one of the big ones now that get wrecked motorcycles and stuff.
Mm.
I thought about getting with them, but then it's a really, because I can leave the Gopher under the same registration because I'm using its frame, its tag, its vehicle. I'm just basically, it's a motor swap.
Drivetrain, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a motor swap. Even though I'm replacing. And one thing nice about the trike that's already a trike, it's pretty close to the right width. I mean, it might be a little wider than one, but nowhere near as wide as a Volkswagen. And it has full rear end, either chain or belt drive. Most of them will have reverse, or a reverse kit can be put on it to where it basically uses, like we used to do, use a starter that hits a star gear that when you pull on it, hits the chain. You just put it in neutral, pull on it, it hits the chain and just runs you backwards like But that's all you really need to back out of parking spots or back out of traffic. That's really all you need.
Yeah.
That's
a cool idea. I hadn't thought about that.
We used to do that all the time. We used to put a regular sprocket on a starter, on a lever, pull the lever.
I mean, I've seen lowrider guys that they mount a starter directly to the rear axle.
Yeah, to be able to move
to be able to chug along and just move the vehicle.
Yeah, because they just got to move them to wherever they're going to come do the competition. Yeah, so we used to do that. You just pull on it, and that star gear will go drop right into the chain, and you just make sure it's in neutral, and you pull the button, and it just and back.
Whatever happened to ingenious stuff like that?
Well, they still do it, but now it's all electronic. Instead, that's all analog stuff, all manual stuff. Everything works, moving, moving parts. Now it's, you grab a laptop and program it and tell it what to do. But
I just went into Bobby's today and I was looking at some of the stuff they were doing. And I said, my God, you guys got to be computer engineers now to work on these things. They were like, yep.
Oh, Cody says the weight limit's 100 pounds. I understand that. He says a lot of the motorcycles that I would want to ride and stuff like that, the little scooters like the monkeys and the Groms and all that stuff. Yeah. I'm 300 plus pounds, and they're like 100 and like he said,
I can drive.
Yeah, yeah, but that doesn't do me any good. And Cody was saying that he's a little bit over the weight of the bike and everything like that. So. Yeah, Steve says he may have found a 10 bolt, a narrowed 10 bolt that's only 31 inches wide. I mean, that'll do. It doesn't have to be a 9-inch because, I mean, the weight of the vehicle's nothing and stuff. But, I mean, that would be good. Chad got another car.
Yeah, you'd probably be all right with a 6 bolt.
A 6 volt what?
A 6 bolt.
Oh, it's... Oh, one of those 7.1 inch, the Chevy 7.1. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the whole primary thing is it has to be narrow, and I'd love to get it all together. I would love to get one of the old slingshot dragsters that's either been wrecked or out of series to where it can't be registered to go down the track anymore because after they're so old, it. They can't pass. They can't pass certification and stuff and whatever. If I could get that all together at a reasonable price, and I don't need a big block. I don't need a 400. I mean, 283, 305, 307 motor. I've got
a Buick V6.
I want a V8.
231 would be kick butt.
Right. That would be fine. But I'd rather go ahead and do the V8 because if I put a 4-cylinder or a 4-cylinder or a V6 in it, that takes up the exact same space as a small V8.
I know you can't do the burnouts you want to do.
Yeah, and I want to weld the rear end together, and I want to do burnouts because you're looking at a very narrow rear end, longer, so it'll be 2 foot longer than stock right now. And I just want to lock up the front wheel and just do.
I mean,
burnouts.
I think a 4.3 out of a S10 with a 5-speed behind it.
Well, yeah, because we've almost rolled it over out there, just pushing on it to tip it over. It doesn't weigh anything. It's all roll cage. Everybody goes, "Oh, that thing's not safe."
Well, I've rode it. It's a little scary.
But you were sitting on the hump. Well, we're just going to tell everybody he was sitting on the hump. I'm just telling you. But it's all roll cage. That's 2 3/4, 3-inch tubular roll cage. The entire thing is made of roll cage, and then it just has aluminum stuck to it.
Yeah.
So, of course, it'd be like a jelly bean in a mason jar going down the road if I rolled it. But I'm just saying. Well, that's it. It'd be rough, but you're strapped in. I mean, it's fine. But I would like to have the rear end transmission and motor already on a girder, just like the dragsters or the sprint cars. That way, all I have to do is cut it. Right.
Transfer.
It's already in line. It's already hooked up. I can just cut the front, cut out the support for the transaxle that's in there now, take out all the upper and lower control, and just slide this right in and weld it at the front on a pivot point. And that's the suspension. 2 inches up, 2 inches down is all the suspension I need. Other than that, I don't need any more than that. Because I'm not going to, because it doesn't have that much suspension now, and I didn't drive it for most part over 60 mile an hour, and I didn't drive it that far, and I take all the back roads anyway. What we got?
Spencer's, that was it. Yep, you were right.
What's that?
The motorcycle junkyard.
Oh, Spencer's.
Yeah, or was it Spencer? It was something like that.
That one was in Trotwood. The one I'm talking about is south of Xenia. But yeah, Spencer's. It's still there. Wow. 76, 74 Post Town Road in Trotwood. Cool.
I was thinking it was called something similar to Spencer's, but
I can't remember what the name is. Okay, Cody, I'll try and make sure if I get to see Max. I'm trying to hook up with him, meet him halfway because we're so far apart and stuff. If we can hook up to meet halfway and stuff like that, I'll try and make sure I get him some cones to take with him, or at least send down there to Lynchburg. Unless Digger ends up down there or whatever, we'll have to see about the dates and see what his availability is. Because when spring starts, he's going to be doing a lot more of his van life and tiny vehicle or tiny home, whatever. That type of the
camper,
whole campers and stuff like that. So he'll be doing that. You said you'll still do the party buses, but primarily you're kind of switching over to the tiny homes and or van life stuff.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you have the area there to go ahead and do it, I mean, you might as well and whatever. By the time we're done, you saw the pictures I sent you of the little 3-wheelers that people live in.
Yeah.
By the time this is all over, that's what he'll be building, his little 3-wheeler tuk-tuks with entire. There's that one chick that has her own YouTube channel and stuff, puts up videos. She works at an office building, comes out to the parking lot of the office building, puts the curtain up around in her little tuk-tuk, and she's only your height.
Yeah.
So she's living in this little 3-wheeler all over.
That was my phone.
That was yours?
I think so. Nope, it was not. I keep trying to read that one over there.
Oh yeah, the one in the truck, Cody. Yeah, yeah.
One.
Which one's easier to read?
I think this one is.
Oh, the darker one's easier for me because with my eyes.
No, he don't need no Hemi.
He said he'd send the phone number to Spencer's. He probably. Oh, did you send that to me, KJ?
But yeah, the location seems right. It must have been Spencer's. We called it Spooks.
Well, there's Spencer's right there. There's the phone number and stuff.
I wonder, was Spencer's also called Spooks? Because there was a motorcycle junkyard, the one that I was referring to, called Spooks.
I'll give him this later. KJ, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Look at that. We got 11 people.
Yeah.
And 4 thumbs up.
I can't even count that.
That ratio is kind of iffy. So remember, guys, give me a thumbs up if you can.
Oh, here.
Yeah, the old Dodges and stuff. Yeah.
Give you a thumbs up. No.
Yeah, he said it's been there forever. Maybe I ought to run out there and see if I can, because if I can find, like I said.
Was it ever called Spooks? Or did people refer to it as Spooks?
Maybe I ought to run out there and
him,
see.
Not you.
I know that. I don't know. You got to wait. There's a lag. If you all hear a smack and he disappears, you'll know what happened. Is Dad in there laughing?
Yeah.
Dad's laughing. Dad's laughing at me smacking you. He says that seems right. So maybe it was. Yeah.
Maybe it was. I remember that place was just
okay, Cody.
This was probably 83-ish, 84 that I went out there.
Oh, yeah.
So it's been a long time. So I'm sure it's Well, I would have thought it was been long gone, but I guess he's saying it's still there.
Or if it's still there, it's still there. Stuff like
Wow.
that, I guess. Oh.
That's wild.
It is. Once Digger gets things finalized in the place where he is now, it could make you go blind. Smacking Digger.
Don't smack your digger like that.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a Sarah Joe. Look. See,
Yes, I do like the little Volkswagen.
oh,
things with the
yeah,
campers.
yeah.
Was that one guy even built one?
Yeah, there was a company back in the day, a few years ago, that was buying up Volkswagens and actually making those little, basically single person, 2-person camper vans out of Volkswagen Beetles.
But yeah, I've seen
So right at the windows, the front window, they cut it, and then it's camper van after
God,
that.
what's that famous guy, the bald guy that is out?
Ian?
Yeah, Ian Rousseau. He
Yeah.
built one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He's yeah.
Yeah, those things are really cool.
Yeah,
it's my size too.
Well, I'm still thinking one of those little 3-wheel tuk-tuks and stuff. And I tell you what, I want to get one so bad, but they only do like 25, 30 mile an hour.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get them to go any faster because they only have 125 motors in them. I mean, I could do it, but it'd be really, really, really rough on getting it up that way. But what was I saying? I was getting there, but it was running down the road in the back of my head, getting closer to, and the bus pulled away. You know what it's like.
Elvis has left the building.
Elvis has left the building many years ago. Yep, there we go. So, well, thank you guys.
Maybe I'll smack you in the head.
No, I didn't know. I've had a rough time. We just got the Purple Demon back, so we had to get a battery put in it.
And I was thinking, your battery probably went dead due to a little bit of a lack of use with
we used it. We used it.
Well, the temperatures have been
We used
low.
it just the day before, and the day before that.
I used the van the day before, and it popped the lower radiator hose popped off.
I love the van, but that puppy has some major quirky things going on with it.
It's a Ford.
Well,
things can fall apart, but it still hits every time you hit the key, and it'll get you down the road.
And flat tires and everything.
Heck yeah.
Doors flapping in the wind.
It's
like my old Datsuns and stuff. I run them ragged. They'd still do 120 mile an hour.
If it wasn't for the exhaust leak, the exhaust manifold is actually got broken. It's cracked.
We're counting. Okay.
If it wasn't for the exhaust manifold, that thing would
the tires
run and drive. Well, the tires are just old, like really old.
The tires leak air almost as fast as you can put them in, but the problem is the hubs. The wheels are fused to the hubs.
I have tried with my 1/2-inch impact, and I cannot get the leg nuts off. I was going to swap it for the spare. That's also very ancient and outdated.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute! The bus came in. What I was thinking about.
Bus stop.
The bus just pulled up and went. For all you old people, or you your young people, if you don't know, the buses used to pull up to the stops and go.
Yeah, they still do.
The front. Do they really?
Yeah. The big RTA buses.
The big RTAs still do, but a lot of them just.
It's called it's called kneeling.
Yeah, it kneels to one side so that people can get in and out, and they don't have to have the fold down ramp.
Now anyway, you said that. Did you still remember what you were going to say?
So once he gets the new place, his new camper house, all done up and everything, we'll have an official place to go and do better live streams, because this one's lasted a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought it would have kicked out a long time ago.
I have a tendency to make them last a little longer.
Yeah. The bus just pulled out again. Anyway, so once he gets that done, we'll have an area, and I want to invite in people like Bobby and Rob and all those guys, the mechanics, old hot rod guys in, because he's centrally located over there in Huber-ish area. And we can have them come in and do the live streams that way. And I think that would be really cool. And hopefully by then I have a setup to where I can, the software I have now won't do it, but things like StreamYard, there are several other brand names that are actually even better than StreamYard.
That's what I've recently heard.
Yeah, and I've been looking up on it, but they won't run on any of my old gear. So once I get something new and get it set up, I can actually just come over, plug it in, and just do it from there. Multiple screens, multiple people and stuff can chat in. That way, all you guys, I have to stop and read. That way, all you guys can actually chime in, and we can actually chat back and forth. Because if I would try and do that on this system here with the old software that I have and everything going on, with my limited bandwidth and everything, it would just kick off. But this way, everybody can go in. So Sergio said, "What? No, Sergio got a little scooter that does 20 miles an hour. I got my little one does 22. I listen. There have been times when I've been so angry at things, I've almost gotten on my mobility scooter and just ran to the show. I'm dead serious so many times, because I can use it out here in the lakes. Huh? Well, yeah, but that doesn't do 22 mile an hour.
No, but I don't know. I never kicked it
no,
up in sixth gear.
I could probably make it do that, but I'm just saying.
It's got 6 speeds.
Yeah. Anyway, so he said an area view of the out there, and they got box fans that they store stuff in. Cody wants to know if you use the bus to pick up strippers.
That's what I said. I used to. I used to rent them out. So
he used to build and rent.
Who I rented them to would bring those kind of people in. I didn't have any control over that.
Right. You rented them the party bus. You built them and rented party bus. That was part of your limo service and stuff.
Almost 20 years I did that. Now I just build them for everybody else to have fun with.
The stand-up one. Yeah. I saw this, Sergio. There was a guy that is now making attachments for the two-wheel drive scooters that will clip to people's wheelchairs, and they're doing 45 and 50 mile an hour.
And they were going off-road and everything.
Yeah. So they make an attachment, a swivel attachment that hooks to the link on the foot peg. I
texted him back and I said, if I was in that position, I would do it.
Oh, yeah. It's great because, I mean, it's still a mobility device. That's the thing about that is it's a mobility device because it is a wheelchair and stuff. So
it's a way to have some fun,
but it can get him around the truck. Now in Europe,
I see in a wheelchair
in town in different things of Europe, they have those built with the scooters that have been modified to pull them around. So what they do is it's the front wheel drive scooters. They just cut the plate off of it and they hook it to the front and use it like that. Well, this one was just a regular two wheels, so the front wheel and the back wheel were I think 500 watts, so that's 1,000 watt equal, and it does add up like that because of torque pull.
Anyway, they were 6-wheeled, 8-wheeled or something, because they had
some of the old
from a wheelchair plus
they were 4-wheel. They were 4-wheel, so they had the 2 wheels and the front wheels are off the ground or gone because this clips to where those front wheels went. But and it works really good.
Okay.
What?
I'm going in the kitchen.
That's why it's a Ford Fix-It Flex every day.
I need better tools. I tried the old 4-way, like nope. So I went and got my Makita big, huge cordless jobber, and I don't know if batteries are weak or what, but it wouldn't touch it.
Well, I still think if we heat the rim up and chill it and heat the rim up and chill it and then take a big impact.
I could see evidence when I bought that van that the back end had been sitting down in the mud for years. And I really don't think the tire is leaking. I think it's the rim is leaking. There's
as far as getting the lug nuts off, they at the dealership, when I worked at the dealership and worked on the big trucks, we had a gun that you put on the lug nut and hit it, and it cuts the lug off and leaves the stud. Yeah. So it cuts the lug from each side, and then you just spin it and it comes apart, and then that way you can get off. But I think your hub, that the lug nuts are one thing, but I think that hub is rusted right too. So they're going to have to heat that up.
Well, odometer says it's got 275,000 on it.
Yeah, but your Flex is 300 something, right?
No, that one's 285,000.
Yeah, almost
And
three.
that's true miles.
Yeah,
because I know
300,000.
they had 50 miles on it when I bought it. It's got 285 on it now. 285,000.
Yeah. So it was like the foreign cars when we worked on the all of the MGs and the Jaguars and the Ferraris that the guys at the dealership would get in, and then they didn't even know how to service them, so they sent me down to learn how to work on whatever, because it's like a whole 5-week series to prep your car to drive it on a Ferrari, and then if you're going to let it set over winter and stuff, you got to de-prep it until but they had brass nuts and a lot on those and stuff like that. The guy would put a gun on there and go boom, and just melt it right to the steel studs. So the brass and bronze lug nuts would go boom and just ruin them, just mess them up.
No interest to be around it.
So yeah, so you got to ease them off. And then they had a whole bunch of the ones with the spinners, so with the knockoffs. Yeah. So and they'd screw those up or they'd bend the knockoff thing. And I go, well, this is your right side. It goes this way. This is your left side. It goes, what are you talking about?
God, look at the center cap.
Well, here you go, Jethro. Let me show you a little something.
Usually there's an arrow on the center cap.
There is, but you got to, these guys, got a chaw this big. And, you know what I'm saying? And this was back in the 70s, so they had no idea on, no idea.
Got no internet.
No, they didn't. There wasn't this one.
No YouTube University.
Yeah, but that was always cool for the knockoffs and everything. So,
man, I'll tell you, I goofed.
Was that Jenny? Did Jenny pop up there?
Well, no.
I don't want to see the pictures.
But.
Oh, Timu.
Jenny got me. She said, "Oh, you need to try out this Timu." So
I told you. I tell you not to do it. I told you not to do that.
They send me texts and emails and all kinds of stuff every day. And then you go into it, and it's like, as soon as you click into it, it's like, "Ooh, spin." It's like, I'm not here to play games. I want to buy something. They want you to play games. It's
I told you. I ain't right that often.
There's another text.
But I'm right about it. I know that stuff. Well, you got to watch it. I
mean, Timu stuff.
It's gambling. You have a 50-50
so far,
ratio.
I have not done bad with.
Well, then you're 50%'s up. So you're gonna the next couple things you buy is gonna be bullshit.
I'm careful on what I get.
You'll buy something that's this big, and it'll come in and it'll be this big. You watch.
They just came off with this offer. I went ahead and bought it. I thought, well, it's $20. Okay, for $20, I thought I'd try it. It's 8 milliamp DeWalt batteries, 4 of them.
Oh wow,
4 for $20.
No,
one DeWalt battery. I don't even think they make a 8 milliamp. The one I've got, the ones I have is 4
something. Yeah, because that's what Dad.
They're over $100.
Yeah.
Well, this was 4 batteries, 8 milliamps for $20. So I thought, well, if it works for a couple months, it was worth it.
There are some guys that
a lot of stuff that I do is just little stuff.
I know, but there are some guys that bought some of the electronic equipment, tools, and so forth and whatever. When they got them, the batteries were super heavy. They go, wow, this will be all right. They charged them up. They used them for a few moments and it went flat. They charged it up pretty quick, put it back in, used it for a full moment, went flat. They took it apart and found out there was a big chunk of lead in there and 1 battery instead of 6.
Oh my God.
There was 1 little cell in there.
So the weight was right.
But only 1 cell was in there. And yes, it matched everything that they said it was, but you can't keep that 1 cell. And
Casey's Customs just did a thing yesterday. He bought this little MIG welder that is a wire feed flux welder.
It's the cheapest one that they make for
$62.
Yep.
He said he bought it as a joke.
And it works fine.
And it worked beautiful. He welded 1/2-inch plate with it.
Yep.
He said, I wouldn't suggest doing 1/2-inch plate with it, but it does 1/4 inch.
Not continuously for long periods of time.
He was doing stretches 5 inches long in one sitting.
Yeah. But if you were tacking
great.
something together to set up your jig, if you were tacking something together and then just half welding it and then taking a break and half welding it, taking a break and half instead of how we continuously weld each tube around as a lot of those would do really good. And I mean, they're cheap and they're only this big compared to the big units that I learned.
The whole welder is in one hand.
Yeah.
They
Well,
even
they got-
tried it on a 10-foot extension cord because they
That-
said there's no way this thing's going to
that-
work on 10-foot
that-
extension cord, and it works fine.
Yeah, 110, 10 foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't burn the ends off of it or anything.
No.
He burns the ends off of extension cords. But they had the new laser. Yeah, only twice.
I
Yeah.
learned.
Yeah. They got one that's a laser. So it welds by laser. And that's cool as hell. You don't need any extra flux filler metal or anything like that because it stitches the two metals that you're welding together. And they're pretty expensive now, but man, that and it's a handle thing like
but that was Casey's Customs did that, and he was like, at the end of the video, he's like, I can't tell you what not to buy one. He says, it's impressive.
Okay. We're going to get a picture of
Mhm.
4 batteries. Well, here's the
I don't have a Dodge.
there's the motorcycle place with all the containers and everything, and buses and everything.
That's the one over here in Trotwood.
That's this guy, I believe, that Kevin sent.
Yeah, Spencer's.
Yeah, cool.
Boy, if I remember right, that place has been there for, I don't know, 70, 80
Yeah,
years.
as long
or
as it's
something.
still in those buses or
And-
containers full of stuff, that'd be great. The 4 batteries. Okay. All right. Pretty much covered every place. That's where I'm going to be. Is just the one
We're up to
place.
7.
I know. Look, yeah, we're down to 7. We were up to 11 or 12 there for a little while ago, but at least we got 8 thumbs up. Appreciate it. Thanks for the thumbs up.
If you haven't given a thumbs up, why not?
Yeah. Well, you can watch it if you're not subscribed, but you can't. If you don't have an account, you can watch it, but you can't leave a thumbs up or a comment unless you have an account. So to get an account, you either
Why
have
would
to have
anybody not want to have an account?
Well, no. It's not subscribed.
I know. You're talking
right.
TV watchers. And
You
stuff
have
like
to have
that.
a YouTube account or a Gmail account or a Google account to be able to leave a thumbs up or leave a message and make comments and stuff like that.
These
and
days,
a lot of
though,
people,
I think pretty much
and a lot
everybody
of-
does.
But a lot of my guys don't because a lot of them will watch them. So you'll get 10 guys that'll watch it on one screen at the hospital or VA or something like that, which is cool. That just means you'd think that, only one viewer, but there's actually 10 there watching it. So, I mean, that has a little thing. Like I said, that's not for a monetary thing because I collect no money from the YouTube, whatever and stuff. That's an algorithm thing. The way that YouTube has this set up, they want so many hours of this, so many views of that,
if you're monetized.
so many. Well, no, I get them all the time. I get notifications from YouTube all the time that they want this, they want that. That's why I had to start doing the shorts. I did. I get on my notifications on my monthly up. Do you get your monthly updates? Okay. So on my monthly updates, they say that YouTube will be requiring this, and it's not it's not about being monetized and stuff like that. It's about having your whatever. They also tell me that I need to do this to be able to get the algorithm to recognize me to post it there. And again, it's not a monetary thing. I want to make the channel as strong as possible so it stays around for people to whatever, because in a lot of ways, if you're under a certain amount of watches, no matter how many subscribers you have, if you're under a certain amount of watches, they don't want it out there because they're not making money running commercials on it if nobody's watching it.
Yeah.
And they figure if nobody's commenting or giving thumbs up, then nobody's watching it, because people can click through for a few seconds and it still gives you a view, but that doesn't feed the algorithm the time, the longevity or endurance of the time. So anyway,
the only way it does is if, like, when I watch your videos, I can watch 10 seconds of a 1-minute video and click off of it. You get credit for the full, for me watching the whole thing, because I pay for YouTube Premium.
Right. But they still want thumbs up and comments. And I try and get back to all the comments. Sometimes it might take me a month or so, but if you knew what goes on in my life,
I've seen it.
I appreciate it, and I apologize, and I'm not crying and whining. I'm just saying there's not a lot of extra time to do much of anything else. So I tried to just like plan out my entire thing. So my Saturdays for those 4 months,
Yeah, they're
pretty
locked
much
up.
are locked up and planned.
Yeah.
So there's nothing I can do. But so I have to plan way ahead, and then of course I have to. Hey, Matt Man in Tennessee. Hey, I give you a shout out the other time when we were down at the off-road thing. I don't know whether you got to see that. Huh? Oh, I don't know whether you got to see that or not, but I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Reel to reel.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember those.
I'm
that old.
I think I got a couple of reel to reel the big stereo things in in the lock house someplace. That's another thing I'll be cleaning out. A lot of electronics, a lot of ancient electronics. All right, see you, Cody. Yeah, I understand that, brother. I understand.
He just said, "You mean Digger will get a picture of 4 batteries instead of the actual 4 batteries themselves?"
Oh, that's what he meant. I thought he meant he sent me a picture of 4 batteries. I was looking for the batteries.
Oh, I thought it was batteries when you first showed it to me at first, and I was like, "Oh, those are buses and stuff."
All right, buddy. Yeah, I know and stuff. It was good to see you. I enjoy the music that he put up. Matt Man is in Tennessee. He has Jeeps and stuff.
Right.
Okay, I told you about him before. He puts up music.
I subscribe to him.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, have you been listening to the music he puts up? Because he's got like
not lately.
Yeah, he's got the songs. It's pretty cool. I like that because he plays that stuff, and he pays for that. So why not use it?
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like Matt Man's radio channel and stuff like that. And you see the frog, Patrick the frog, his little frog, his co-host. I got Digger. You got Patrick.
Yeah, actually, it's been a while since I watched one, but yeah.
Oh,
I'm his frog.
Yeah.
Ribbit.
Oh no. I'm just saying. We saw a couple more of those little teeny scooters that are like old hot rods, some old Willys and whatever you read. Dude, I swear we got to get you something like that so bad. I would pee myself to see you come out of the show, video and on that, something like that, like an old Willys or something.
I want the one Steve's got.
Which one's the pie or the 32, the scooter?
That little thing's so wicked.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Mm.
You took a lot of the Patrick videos off? Well, I didn't notice you took any off because I always wait for the new ones. I may not get to comment back on a lot of them, but you know how that goes. So, look, you going to bed, Mom?
I'm making the bed. I gave Daddy's medicine.
Okay, well, I was getting ready to come in there.
Oh, well, I'm taking over your job.
Oh, so Dad got his medicine. Are you giving him? Hopefully, you gave him the right one. Because if not, I don't want to know about what happens next.
But you will.
Yeah, I know. He'd get into the Viagra in there or something, and we'd really be messed up. Mom's giggling, laughing at back there.
Alrighty then.
Oh, a Prowler. A Prowler would be cool. The little Dodge Prowler. Yeah. I still think a Willys or like a 37 or a Ford 32, 34, 37 Ford,
or a van.
Well, the van and the pickup ones, they want so much money for, and you have to sit down inside. These other ones you can sit on top of. Yeah. So.
Yeah, the vans, I've seen crappy bodies on Facebook Marketplace, and they're wanting $1,100 for them.
I know. Well, if you see the original Bigfoot ones, the pickup truck, Bigfoot, even no matter what shape they're in, whether they got the original paint on or not, it's just an ungodly amount of money that they want for all that and everything. So.
Can't even afford toys anymore at those kind of prices.
No. Well, I'll tell you what, for that same price, we could probably buy you a carton of eggs.
Yeah.
You could ride around on eggs. All right.
Break any.
All right, guys, I'm gonna cut this off. I'm gonna cut this off. I gotta go and make sure everything was done right. Because if not,
he's gonna have a hard night.
In a cup. What, for the Viagra? In a couple hours. in a couple of hours. I don't want that some medication to kick in that might be doing something that it shouldn't be doing.
I'm glad I won't be here.
I don't want to be here if that happens either. So I'm just saying. So, all right, guys.
Your dad.
Thank you. I know. I know that. So, all right, Matt, man. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for chiming in. Hopefully, some of this made sense, but it was good to just have Digger over. We didn't get him to get over like he used to and stuff because he's busy. I'm busy. Things are happening. But with the weather coming and hopefully getting better, we'll be able to take care of a lot more of this. I'll get the schedules up. I'll get with everybody that's going to help me and volunteer and go to different shows. We'll get that all set up.
I'll be honest, people.
See you, Chad.
When
see you,
see me this
Sergio.
spring, you'll be surprised because Digger's got a little bit of a gut.
Yeah, he's been lounging around with the cats.
I've been eating good and not really doing enough. So,
well, you got a lot to do.
It's
just too cold to do it where you're currently parked.
Right.
But it's still better than where you were with no heat, no electricity, no bathroom, no. All right, guys.
I just have to live with the highway noise.
Well, that's all right. But
I'm used to that now.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Got
No big deal.
be on your job, buddy.
Now I will say something went by today and went boom, and it kind of shook the trailer.
Well, the semis blow tires all the time.
That
close
must
to the
have been
highway.
what it was.
That close to the highway because when I lived in the trailer and stuff, we lived kind of close to the highway, and that was an all night thing.
I mean that was a shaker.
Yeah, so, all right, guys, we'll see you later. Take care, and hopefully, if you guys can get down to Miller's on Saturday, the gates open at 9, but
that means we'll probably be there at 8.
No, we'll be there somewhere
7:30.
Yeah, so we're leaving here around 7:15 to get there when they open. So it's an hour and a half drive. So all right, guys, we'll see you later.